On today's show, it's all about fishing trips to remember. You know, there's an old saying that says the best days are spent fishing. So true when a day is spent fishing muskies with your daughter. Picture perfect. So, are you catching my drift on memorable fishing trips? Then how about a float down the Mississippi on a drift boat? Next, they say you shouldn't fish memories. But with this guy, it's tough not to. Share a fishing boat with Mr. Walleye.
This feels like a nice fish here.
Our Minnesota-bound classic this week is all about fishing with old friends. In this case, my buddy John Larson, good fishing and good company. Those stories and more next.
Minnesota Bound. Brought to you by Minnesota's select GMC dealers.
Hi, everybody. Raven and I welcome you to the show. Come along because we are going down memory lane to revisit some of my favorite fishing adventures, starting with the time I spent with my daughter Laura when she caught her very first muskie. Oh, who could forget that?
Fishing for the elusive muskie is no easy task. They say it takes 10,000 casts to finally have one on the end of the line. And if you lose it, well, it's like being dumped by Prince Charming.
Oh, the thing was enormous. Did you see him come up?
Yeah. You're heartbroken and devastated.
How did I miss it?
I don't know. I have no idea. Oh my gosh, that thing was huge.
No matter, one day, I decided to give it one more shot to nab that prince of a fish with muskie zealot Travis Frank and my fishing coach, Ron, my dad.
I'm gonna go for the fat daddy right in the middle.
To a muskie, this sucker minnow is like a free serving of prime rib.
It all happens really quickly, so I want to make sure we've got all the details ready. Laura, I want you to pull about 3 feet of line out. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to try to break the rod. It'll take off. That's how hard I want you to set it. Stay fairly quiet.
So our first stop was to visit an old friend, Charlie the Muskie. I wanted to see if he wanted to join me at the dance.
This muskie lives right up here underneath this bridge, and I've nicknamed him Charlie.
Charlie. Oh, I caught another weed. This is not good. There is weeds everywhere. Can I just drag them along until then?
There's a muskie on Laura's. There's a muskie on hers. Watch. Yes. Shh.
The thing is monstrous. And you can see it as clear as day. Like it's just slowly stocking your bait. It's like watching Jaws go in for a seal.
Oh, there, it turned off.
Bummer. Seems like Charlie wasn't too interested in my tasty invitation. Oh well, at least we saw a muskie.
What did you say?
He said your guiding business is called See a Muskie.
See a muskie. That's it? That's a day?
Underwater.
Not. We're going to find one that wants to eat, not just swim around. Okay, let's go. I've had enough of him. Charlie, you're done.
A little while later, I finally found a date to the dance.
One following yours. Yep. Oh, here we go. Yep, he's right on it. There, he ate it. Yep. Wait. Close it. Now jerk. There you go. Nice. Drink on. You got it, Crick. You gotta go. You gotta drink on, Laura.
This is heavy.
Oh, it's a big fish, Laura.
Yay. Well, let's just hope it stays on the line.
There's a 50, John. Oh my God. Come on, baby. Sweet talk him. You got this. Oh! Nice! The hook's around.
That is a monster!
Yeah!
Holy crap, I'm so excited!
So my Prince Charming fish and I enjoyed our first dance together. And just like the fairy tale, I had to return my trophy catch to his home before he turned into a pumpkin.
There he goes. Thanks for the fun, buddy.
Adios.
As they say, in order to attract a prince, I had to act like a lady. I'm going to Disney World! In this case, a lady angler. And my fairy tale came true.
Coming up, no better way to make a fishing memory than drifting down Old Man River.
Minnesota Bound is brought to you by Minnesota's select GMC dealers, Jesse Treble Safe Basements of Minnesota, Running Aces Casino and Racetrack, and by Kinetico.
You know, another favorite fishing trip, and it might surprise you because it's not very far from the Twin Cities, and it's on a river we all know, the Mississippi. Going down on a drift boat on the Mississippi, catching bass and enjoying it all. The Mississippi, America's Old Man River, the way it probably looked as a boy, still flowing free.
Well, the water looks great, doesn't it?
Oh, I love it at this level.
Nice color to it. Looks like a fishy spot right here.
A fish spot for smallmouth bass. The Mississippi holds a lot of fish spots, especially here on a rocky river stretch upstream from Minnesota's Twin Cities.
Come on, come on. Come on up and play.
While I waved a fly rod at bass spots, fishing partner John Edstrom manned the oars of his rather strange-looking craft. Before we launched, I thought John was unwrapping a banana. Instead, it turned out to be something that floats, called a drift boat.
How much work is it that's rowing here?
It's not much. It's not much.
You do that all day?
Oh, yeah.
Really? I can fish all day and you can row all day. That's a pretty good combination.
For you, yeah.
In truth, as any river angler knows, just getting there, riding the current, is half the fun.
Should be a smallmouth right in there. There was.
I kind of like, too, the classic lines that a drift boat has and the simplicity of just quietly rowing down a nice river. You know, it's definitely peaceful. These boats were just made for fishing, you know, and specifically made for fly fishing. I think he was right in.
No, he's right here.
You got him!
They're a little different battle with this fly rod. They just don't quit, do they? Huh? They just don't quit. Right to the net, they don't quit.
Nice fish, Ron.
They're bigger in heart than they are in body.
Yes.
While the Mississippi River smallmouth clearly were willing to play the game, it was the drift boat that helped us cover the field.
You don't see too many drift boats out here. They're catching on. You know, last year was the first year where we saw quite a few, but most people that see them kind of have a lot of questions. They kind of shake their head. And even over here, Ron, kind of right off to your right shoulder.
An avid fly fisherman and veteran
shoulder,
river
yeah.
guide, John quickly learned the value of rowing a boat shaped like a banana.
You can maneuver with these oars on just a dime. Literally just spin it right around if you have to. You can hold with little effort in some pretty fast water to keep someone fishing right where they should.
There's one right underneath it, right underneath it.
Take it. You got him. Oh, yes. Well done. Oh, you earned that one.
Yeah, I did. Come on up. I still haven't seen him yet here. He's... Hey! Hey, that's it. Nice, huh?
Yeah, you earned that one, too.
Drifting in a drift boat, drifting on a river of history. Drifting to have lunch. Can any day be that perfect?
The upper Mississippi is truly one of the finest smallmouth bass fisheries with respect to rivers in the country. Many people feel like it's a top 10 fishery for smallmouth.
Sure remote. I mean, look at, there's no houses, no nothing.
It's a unique river in that regard. I mean, as you just said, we're close to 4 million people.
And who knows how many smallmouth just looking for a popper.
There he is.
Oh, I got him. Nice.
Oh, it's a nice fish.
The thing about the Mississippi is you're going to hook a good fish.
Yeah, I think it's bigger than the other one, isn't it?
It's a good fish.
Thank you, fish. Thank you, John. All right.
Thank you, Old Man River. And thank you, too, old funny-shaped drift boat. Time to share a fishing boat with an angler who needs no introduction. You know him, he's Mr. Walleye.
Closed captioning is brought to you by Borderview Lodge.
Up next, you know, when you go fishing with Mr. Walleye Gary Roach, you are going to have an unforgettable fishing experience. A long time ago, French explorers roamed northern Saskatchewan and gave names to what they found. They called this place Lac La Ronge, a round lake. Lac La Ronge became an icon of the North. For years, it was at the end of the road and a takeoff spot for adventuring anglers. Amazingly, a half-century later, despite decades of commercial and sport fishing, Lac La Ronge is, well, making a comeback.
I got him on. All right, got him. All right, Mr. Schara.
My fishing companion, Gary Roach, is impressed. We've come to Lac La Ronge with a question. Had Lac La Ronge turned into a hot spot overlooked by other anglers? A few more clues to the answer started coming in.
Yeah, he's a nice walleye. He's bigger than yours.
We were invited to Lac La Ronge by Chris Brown, who greeted us on the dock when we arrived. Brown is owner of Camp Kinetico, a fishing camp he manages with a special assistant, a border collie.
This is my meet and greet service. Her name is Katie.
Katie was anxious to play fetch while we were anxious to explore Lac La Ronge, which is no small fishing adventure. It's a scenic land, carved by glaciers and decorated by golden lichens that cling to granite giants. The land also is unforgiving, a lesson learned long ago by an unlucky pilot.
It's a big lake. It's 550 square miles of water and there's over 1,100 islands in it, and a lot of fish.
Lots of fish, yes, but where was the question of the day.
I see a little creek coming in here, see off that one side.
With a nose for walleyes, Gary Roach, otherwise known as Mr. Walleye, eventually found a Lac La Ronge hotspot.
Nice little open patch in between these weeds. I just love this stuff. This feels like a nice fish here. Oh yeah, it's a nice walleye. Look at that, Ron.
Walleyes by the dozens.
It's the fish of the day, huh? That's a good one. That's what you come here for.
There's a bunch of them in there, I'm telling you.
Really?
Yeah. Ooh,
Good fish?
that are nice fish.
The mark is as long as that.
Yeah, that mark was about a mile long.
Could be here forever. We don't even have a net.
No, we don't need a net.
Clearly, we were witnessing an historical comeback of a famed fishing frontier.
At one point, we didn't have any catch and releasers. Now we're probably 30 to 40% of our clientele are catch and release fishermen. It makes a difference.
Today, Lac La Ronge is no longer at the end of the road in Saskatchewan, but true wilderness still covers most of its shore.
It's so vast up here. I mean, it just goes on and on. These bays, it goes forever. That one goes forever. Thousands of islands. Feel pretty insignificant right here.
But that feeling's just fine. And you wonder what the early French explorers found as you retrace their path. Where gulls fill the air.
I mean, there's a whole bunch of them here.
And walleyes fill the water.
Oh, yes! Yeah!
Yeah. Good going, man.
Next up, it's a little fishing and a lot of friendly banter. What's better than fishing with an old friend? Well, nothing.
Minnesota Bound. Brought to you by Northland Tractor Boating Centers. Minnesota Rebath. Evinrude. the official outboard motor of Minnesota Bound. And by Totem Resorts.
Coming up, it's time for our Minnesota Bound Classic, and nothing beats a fishing trip with an old friend, one to remember, a time with John Larson.
It looks like a beautiful day out there.
I know, but the fish are gonna bite us.
Yeah, I think the chances are pretty good we'll catch a fish.
Another fishing adventure with an old friend. John Larson and I have been fishing and hunting now for 3 decades. Together, we're as comfortable as old shoes.
Catch one, John.
Yeah.
What do you think I brought you along for?
Okay, if you insist.
They're getting smaller.
Hey, I'm catching fish.
I'm glad I didn't catch that one.
One of the reasons I like to fish with Ron is we can give each other a bad time in a boat or tease each other. Somebody made the comment one time, why do you guys harass each other so much? And it's kind of like a couple brothers that'll harass each other once in a while.
Sharing an outdoors we both cherish may best explain our long friendship. John and I first met because of archery and airplanes. Our private wings, with John as chief pilot, only expanded our outdoor world. We've had slow days in a fishing boat, but never boring ones.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Scoop them up, Brad.
Oh, that's a dandy. That is a dandy. Pretty, pretty, pretty.
Nice walleye.
That's a dandy. Ooh, yeah. Ooh, yeah. Ooh, yeah. Fat, plump, golden. Just the way we like them. Yeah. Good going, man.
My best experience with Ron Schara is not one experience, but the years of experience fishing with Ron. He's trained me so much on how to fish walleyes that I can attribute my walleye fishing to the training that he's given me. On a rare day, you have the opportunity to outfish the teacher, and that's when the brotherly love comes out, and he gets very frustrated.
Frustrated? Who, me?
I don't know what it is, Johnny, but it's a good fish. It's a heavy fish. Ooh, it's very heavy fish. Very heavy. That is a big fish, the biggest fish I've had on this year.
Looks like you're just going to have to tire him out.
That's just a big fish, I'm telling you. Boy, that is a big fish, I tell you what. I absolutely can't do anything with it, John.
Are you sure it ain't a rock?
Yeah.
Or that swims around? Did you see him?
God, no. It just came out.
Just let go. Yeah. The joyful frustrations of fishing.
Remember, John, my losing a lunker stays among friends.
Remember, folks, take a kid fishing.
Yeah, take a kid fishing, I did. You.
I'd love to spend another 30 years fishing with you.
Me too, John. Me too. I think I caught the most fish that day. We'll leave it at that. Well, that about does it for us. Remember, introduce a kid to the great outdoors. I'm Ron Schara, of course, always the star of the show. Are you paying attention? That's Raven. Yeah, the star of the show is paying attention.
Transportation provided by Premier Transportation. Call 1-800-899-7433. To get more Minnesota Bound, including full episodes, go to mnbound.com. And to follow our latest adventures, like us on Facebook.